Clancy along with Blake Sebring calling the action in this evening's men's volleyball matchup between George Mason and IPFW. Blake, last night's game, IPFW took on Rutgers, looked very, very impressive, winning in 3 straight games. And Rutgers, on paper anyway, is really a better team than George Mason, the one that we're going to see tonight. So hopefully we'll see the Volleyball come out and put these guys away in 3 games straight again.
Well, the Patriots are an improving team. They're 5-2 in the East, and they're coming off some tragedy. Last year, their coach, Eduardo Acosta, died in Hawaii on their trip out to Hawaii, and they've really rebuilt the program since then, and they've come a long way, and they're making some great strides. Chris Prince is an excellent hitter. Chris Aglidis is a pretty good setter for them, and they're making some strides. This is one of their spring break trips, and they went to Ball State last night and got beaten 3.
But then again, we know that Ball State earlier this year is one of the teams that did beat IPFW. So not a team they can be taken lightly, but as for IPFW, I like to keep playing well and take that going into next week's action.
So, yeah, well, next week's action is going to be huge because they're going to Ohio State Friday, and that match will go a long way to determining who's going to be the #1 seed for the Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association tournament that's going to determine the Final Four bid.
Of course, the Dons, led by setter Chris Gislin and All-American Hector Soto. And last night we saw some good play from Scott Lane. Picked up 20 kills, which was high in the match. And he's a guy that the Dons can really look to turn away from Hector and kind of, have another option out there. And that's something they can look for.
That was big after Scott struggled last weekend.
Now we're going to have the national anthem.
Welcome, sports fans, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center for tonight's match featuring the George Mason Patriots and your IPFW Mastodons. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Patriots. A 6'3" freshman from Glenview, Illinois, number 2, Dave Mattis. A 6-foot freshman from Springfield, Virginia, number 7, Jason White. A 6'4" senior from Canutville, Pennsylvania, number 10, Chris Prince. A 6'5" senior from St. Catharines, Ontario, number 13, Chris Iglidis. A 6'9" junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, number 11, Steve Tripuck. A 6'5" junior from Midlothian, Virginia, number 19, Scott Smith. Coach of the Patriots, Mr. Fred Chow. And now the starting lineups for your IPFW Mastodons. A 6'4" freshman from Hamburg, New York, number 5, Jeff Peter. A 6'7" senior from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, number 7, Ryan Perrott. A 6'7" junior from Red Wing, Minnesota, number 10, Chris Gislin. A 6'8" junior from Young America, Minnesota, number 11, Mike Cummings. A 6'6" junior from Arroyo, Puerto Rico, number 13, Hector 6'8" junior from Huntington Beach, California, number 15, Scott Lane. Coach of the Dons, Mr. Arnie Ball. He's assisted by Lisa Horman, Dave Schmidlin, Mark Feronke, and Dennis Johnson.
Getting set for action here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, IPFW, taking on George Mason University. A reminder, this evening's IPFW men's volleyball match on College 6 is brought to you in part by Bosch Bus Company, by Chestnut Group Incorporated, by Farm Bureau Insurance, by Fujifilm USA, and by Sumner Sweets.
Well, you can already see, John, the IPFW team has a significant height advantage over the Patriots. George Mason's tallest player, Steve Tripuck, he's 6'9", but after that it's 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", 6'0". So IPFW is significantly taller than George Mason. That should translate at the net, hopefully, for IPFW.
And looking at their roster, when you look at the Patriots, Jason Wright's listed at 6 foot. I don't know if he's even close to that, and I think they're fudging a little bit on a couple of the heights of the other players. So they might be even shorter than they appear on paper.
They better have good hops.
Chris Iglesias, the setter for the Patriots, will serve to get the match underway here at the Gate Center. P-Tech. Gislin in the middle. Parat puts it straight down.
Pretty good start. Usually that side of the court, if IPFW is going to have trouble, it's going to be on that side of the court because of the open doors and the drafts and all that.
Scott Lane to serve, coming up a huge night last night. Bad pass. Iglesias pipes up in the air, and it's blocked back by Parat, down for a point for the Dons.
Not a bad start.
So IPFW taking a 1-0 lead here early. Lane back to serve again. Iglesias. Quick set in the middle. Scott Smith hammers it down, side out. George Mason. Interesting looking at the numbers from last night when George Mason played Ball State. A total of 40 kills in that 3-game loss, 22 of them by Chris Prince. So they weren't going to too many other people than Prince, and wonder if we'll see some more of that tonight. Side out here for the Dons on the errant serve. Jeff P-Tech back for the Dons. Another bad pass, and Hector Soto picks up his first kill of the night in easy fashion.
IPFW looks pretty focused right now. They look very solid early in the match.
Volley Dons up 2-0. The freshman jump serve.
And that's going to be key. They've got to get him serving much better.
Chance for point here. Gislin outside. Soto the dink. Defender reached back, and bad idea by Scott Smith. You got to trust the defense, and the Dons pick up yet another point, and they're off to a 3-0 start. Quick set in the middle, pounded down by Smith.
IPFW goes to Ohio State Friday for that big MIVA match, and Jeff P-Tech has got to be at the top of his form. That's going to be a really tough match for IPFW to win on the road.
Smith to serve. P-Tech, tough pass.
Chris Prince was called for being in the net for George Mason. It's almost like the match is kind of moving in slow motion right here, isn't it, John?
Yep, points are getting over pretty quick, too. Iglesias outside. 2 blocks there. Defense slow to react, but they do get it over the net. Chance for point. Gislin the back set to Lane off the top of the net. Dug up by the defense. P-Tech. Gislin, back row. Jeff, the swing. Dug up, but drilled out of bounds. Another point for the Dons.
Pretty good play. Nice rally by IPFW, playing great defense. Never really gave George Mason much of a chance to get on the offensive.
Ryan Parat, the deep floater, a little too deep and out of bounds. Service error, side out, George Mason.
Back to serve number 11, Steve
Steve
Tripuck.
Tripuck to serve. Low floater, Gislin, the bump set to Soto, block back and out of bounds. Side out Dons. Nice, close.
Nice set by Chris, though. Not a very good pass. And it gave Hector something to swing at, something he could really generate a lot of power off of.
So Gislin goes back to serve, jumps it up.
That would have been out. Not a good set.
Bump set outside of Madison is blocked back once again. They go to him a third time, and it's blocked down.
And there you've got 6'7" and 6'6" on the block against a kid who's listed at 6'3".
And after a quick 5-0 start by the Dons, a quick timeout by George Mason, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in game number 1 in just a moment.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. The Volleyball up 5-0. Blake Sebring, John Getze along here to call the game. IPFW looking good early as they did last night in their strong victory over Rutgers. Taking a look at a replay from just a moment ago.
And you'll see Jason Wright, who's 6 foot, trying to hit against 6'6" and 6'7", and it's just not going to happen. And there, IPFW is just dominating play at the net right now.
While you're away, Hector Soto picked up another kill, and Chris Gislin has just picked up an ace. And the Dons now lead 7-0.
Could be looking at a Schneid right here. And it's mostly just because IPFW is doing everything right.
Dumped over the net, chance for another point. Lane the swing. Goes down the line. The defense can't react quick enough. Another point for the Volleyball, and IPFW now leads 8-0.
A couple of weeks ago, IPFW played American University of Puerto Rico on their spring break trip and shut them out in all 3 games. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Quick set in the middle, pounded down by Prince.
Chris Prince, side out. George Mason, back to serve number 7, Jason White.
Jason White back to serve for the visitors.
Well, that takes care of the Schneid.
Service ace for Mr. White.
Yes, it's my fault. I jinxed them.
A little overconfident, Blake.
No, I didn't say. I said it could be. I didn't say it would be.
Gislin, 2 ball in the middle, and nobody's there, and Soto puts it straight down.
Back to serve number 13, Hector Soto.
And now Hector will go back to serve.
Hector's one of 3 IPFW players who are ranked in the top 20 nationally for serving. Now there I did jinx him.
2 in a row for you, Sebring.
Send your cards and letters to.
Chris Prince back to serve. Soto. Gislin back set to Cummings, blocked, but on the wrong side of the net, side out Dons.
Once again, you can see IPFW's power and height at the net taking control.
After picking up the kill, Cummings now goes back to serve. The floater. Niglitis, back row. 3 blocks there, waiting for Prince.
Well,
confusion in the defense, and it's called for a lift by Prince. Another point for the Dons. It's 9-1.
This is what happens when you sometimes have a young team. Number 2, Dave Mattis is a freshman. Number 7, Jason White is a freshman. And, you know, they're your primary passers, and that's sometimes what happens.
Back set. 2 blocks are there. But Dave Mattis goes line, and it is there. Side out, George Mason.
13, Chris Iglesias.
Iglesias to serve. Short floater. Soto's there. Gislin, that's a tough back set, but Lane's got the one-on-one, and he's going to take that every time.
They made it look easy, too. That makes my back hurt just watching it, not even doing it.
Well, anytime you're back setting from around, you know, down by your knees and you put it on the money, that's good stuff.
Not too shabby. You could do that, John. Once. That's an ace. There's a hole in the passing for George Mason.
I think there are a lot of holes here.
There's a big one along the sideline. They're not used to anybody who can put it there that consistently, and IPFW has been able to do that all year.
So Lane, after one service ace, goes for another. This time they're there. Back set.
Mason in the net.
Dave Mattis called for the violation. 12-1 IPFW. Another bad pass, and Ryan Perot's there to take care of that one.
Comes another timeout by George Mason coach Fred Chow.
Timeout on the court with the Dons leading 13-1 here in game number 1.
What do you want done?
You too can participate in the excitement of IPFW athletics by joining the Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster club. Members enjoy benefits such as priority seating at IPFW sporting events, food and refreshments in the hospitality room. For information on becoming a member, call 219-481-6643 or write to the Royal Dons Club, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805.
Well, did the Afro Dons show up last night?
They were here last night, but they're not here tonight.
They better get here quick.
Things going to be over before they get here.
So far, 20 minutes. We're not even 20 minutes in, and it's 13-1. George Mason's going to send in a couple substitutes. Gary Billauer and Andre Milo are going to come in. They're going to take out the two freshmen.
Substitution entering the game number 5. Andre Mello, number 17, Guy Billauer.
Also, that gives George Mason quite a bit more size. Billauer 6'5".
Service center, side out, George Mason. Back to serve number 17, Guy Billauer.
Another timeout worked.
So Guy Billauer just checked into the game a couple of moments ago. Will serve, short floater. Gislin, tough set, cross court. Pitek is there, and he goes right down the line with a single block, and that's not going to be enough to stop him.
It's been fun to watch Jeff get better and better as the season's gone on.
One freshman that hasn't looked like a freshman this year. He'll jump it up. Iglesias outside, 2 blocks there. Nice dig by Jeff, free ball. Hector puts it over the net. Iglesias, back set.
Wow.
And Scott was there for the dig, but
Hector almost pulled that one out.
Almost. Side out for George Mason. Patriots Scott Smith to serve. Floats a high ball. Soto, back set by Gislin to Lane. 2 blocks there. Dug up. Chance for point for George Mason. Free ball in the back row. Nice dig by Lane. Gislin. Cross court to Hector. Off the top of the block. Another chance for point. Back set by Iglesias. And Soto comes up with a big block. Side out, volley down.
Boy, IPFW is just playing amazing defense right now.
Ryan Perot to serve. Short floater. Is he going to get there? It does.
Excellent.
Great serve. Iglesias, the bump pass outside. The left-hander takes a swing, but Gislin and Cummings are there to team for the block on Melo.
What you're trying to do with a short serve is slow down the opposing team's offense, and it worked perfectly.
So quickly, we already have game point here in game number 1, and Perot short floater, errant pass again. Great set by Iglesias, but that's it. Kill attempt by Trey Puck is out of bounds, and the Dons have taken game number 1 here in easy fashion, 15-1. Pretty impressive. And we're going to come back in a couple moments with game number 2 here from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center in just a moment.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Blake Sebring with John Getze here. And the Dons take care of George Mason. 15-1 in about 15 minutes, Blake.
Yeah, their size of the net was just too much for George Mason. IPFW is a good 3 inches taller per man, and that's a tremendous advantage in men's volleyball. They've been playing great back row defense, too.
Speaking of back row defense, very shaky in the latter parts of the first game by George Mason. Having trouble with the service. A lot of passing errors. I'd say at least 3 or 4 balls that were passed over the net, off the serve, that were just easy kills picked up by IPFW. And that's going to help the kill percentage for sure.
Sure. George Mason's got an interesting story.
They're still being taken for suites and dinner tickets. Or tables of 8 and 10 are available.
A reminder, this evening's IPFW men's volleyball match on College 6 is brought to you in part by Bosch Bus Company, by Chestnut Group Incorporated, by Farm Bureau Insurance, Fujifilm USA, and by Sumner Suites. And it looks like our good friends, the home crowd favorites, are in attendance. Blake, they got here just in time for game number 2.
Well, they're usually a late arriving group. I suggested that they have them come in during the first time out and they play the theme from Shaft or something like that. There are 3 students from Angola, Africa. We call them the Fro Patrol. The players call them the Afro-Dons. I tell you what, they were tremendously funny against Loyola. That was so funny. They had the Loyola players and bench all laughing.
So we're set to get game number 2 underway here. And Scott Lane will serve for the Dons. Jumps it up. Back row set to Prince, and 3 blocks are there to put it straight down.
He's pretty much their top gun, and they like to go to him when they get in trouble. Well, they're in big trouble right now.
Yeah, and Prince only got a couple swings in that first game, so look for him to go to him a little bit more. And confusion in the back row by Prince, and Malo results in an ace by Lane, his second of the match. Lane to serve again. Malo. Chance for point. Gislin, quick set in the middle, and wow, Pratt picks up a kill.
Right now, their offense is just running perfectly.
The blocks just aren't there by the defense, and if they are, there's usually just one, and IPFW can usually hit around that. Lane the serve. Malo to Gleadis outside, and another substitution just into the game. That was
someone who's not on the roster.
Somebody they picked up on the way into town. Anyways, 0 for 1 in kill percentage. Gislin outside to Pitek. And Jeff hammers down another kill. IPFW has been able to establish the middle well enough that when they go outside, that they're getting single blocks out there because the defense is looking middle. Malo. Iglesias. Peratt with a block. Back over the net. Iglesias. And the Dons are in the net. Side out.
And number 16 is Gary Moore. He's a 6'2" opposite from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Not the guy from Laugh-In.
Malo, tricky looking serve. Gislin back set to Perrott. Chris digs it up. Coming back over. And there's a point. Scott Smith cuts the deficit to 3-1 here in the second game. Dons leading 1-0 as they took the first one 15-1. Malo to jump it up. Soto to Gislin. Back to Hector. They get a hand on it, but the defense can't track it down. Side out Dons.
Boy, you can tell George Mason is not a very quick team.
Not at all. That ball was popped straight up into the air. A lot of time to run under that one, and two guys couldn't get to it.
They got some slow feet.
Perrott, the short floater. Malo. Iglesias, strong side. Blocked by Cummings, and he and Gislin can't dig it up.
Back to serve number 19, Scott Smith.
Scott Smith back to serve for the Patriots, trailing 3-1 here in the second game. High, short floater. Pitek to Gislin. Shoots set in the middle to Cummings. It's the top of the net. And falls in. A little friendly bounce there.
They called a George Mason player for being in the net.
Gislin back to serve.
Going for that sideline again.
It's a little bit wide, and now Mr. Moore, our good friend. Now that we know who he is, he's our good friend. Back to serve. Soto, quick set in the middle.
Looks like IPFW is doing a very nice job of running middle, which they started last weekend against USC. How'd they do against Rutgers last night with that?
Very well. They established it early and were able to stick with it throughout the match. Hector Soto jumps it up. Malo, errant pass, free ball.
Nice pancake.
Pitek with a good hands, but Perrott can't track it down. Side out Patriots. Guy Billauer puts the ball in play, jumps it up.
Guys from Israel.
Great set by Gislin. When you're 6'8" and you got the long arms and the good hands, you can make plays like that. As Mike Cummings picks up the kill and now goes back to serve. Tight at the net. Perrott got his hands on it. Chance for point. Gislin shoots that in the middle, and Ryan just missed it.
Serve was set was just a little low.
Just a little bit.
But it's such a fine thing because Ryan's up so quick and so close to the net. It's like threading a needle sometimes.
Prince to serve. Soto to Gislin. Outside Pitek. One block there. Solo job by...
That's unbelievable. They're saying that ball was in. That ball was down.
And the point is still alive somehow, some way. Gislin, Soto in the back row.
That'd be a fun replay to see because I think that first hit would hit the floor and was down. And George Mason has a gripe, a legitimate gripe.
I agree.
Now they check with the line judge, I think, and I think they've reversed the call.
You got a problem with that, Chris?
So after the reversal, George Mason serves. And finally, the Patriots pick up a block. The setter Iglesias.
We're tied 3-3.
Hector the pass, Gislin. You're right, Blake. The feet on the other side of the ball, really slow from George Mason. On the blocks and tracking down balls.
They're in position. They just don't get up high or get there quick enough. That's important that IPFW keep running middle like that, too.
Chance for point. Gislin. Nice touch by Perrott. Using the smarts there and dump it down in the middle of the court. Now the Dons have taken a 1-point lead here in the second game, 4-3. Lane, Aglitas, back set. Melo goes line, and it's good. One of the few good-looking plays by the Patriots tonight. Aglitas, the short floater, and Gislin and Melo tangled up at the net. Soto's going to set Pitek outside, 2 blocks there, and he almost hits it out of the gym. Now we're knotted up at 4 apiece. Getting a little sloppy right now.
Which is the way George Mason has to play. The quicker the points, the better it is for IPFW.
Gislin, great back set from his knees to Lane, who hammers down another one.
And he hadn't gone to Scott recently, and George Mason wasn't expecting it.
Pitek jumps it up. Prince to Aglitas, back set to Melo. 2 blocks are there, but Hector and Pratt can't get the hands together. Side out. And now Melo will serve. He's got a tricky little left-handed jump serve here.
Almost too tricky. You jinxed him. See, we're even now.
Hey, we can jinx the other team all night. I don't have a problem with that. Ryan to serve. Short floater. Melo. Tough set by Aglitas. Back.
Nice set.
To Moore. That was beautiful. Side out, tied at 4. Smith to serve. High short floater. Cummings to Gislin. Outside to Hector.
Oh, boy.
You mean to tell me you're going to put 1 block up there on Soto and you think you're going to handle him?
Then he can jump over that block to start with.
He can jump over 2 blocks.
I like the offense Chris is running so far. It's been very diverse.
Getting everybody involved.
That's something that should not have happened. Mike Cummings should have been quick enough on the outside to get up there, and he wasn't on that play.
So Billauer uses the block like a tool out of bounds. Side out, George Mason.
You're saying he tooled him.
That's right. Gislin in the middle, block back. Pitek, Gislin, great back
nice set.
But
Chris was in the net.
Lift.
Actually, Chris bumped the net with his shoulder. And George Mason has the lead.
Out of bounds, Dons now trailing 5-4 here in game number 2.
Well, you can sense that the intensity level for IPFW has just dropped dramatically.
Well, it's very easy to get complacent when you play a team like George Mason. Aglitas tips it over the net. Soto. Gislin in the middle of Cummings. Uses the block. Point for the Dons. We're knotted up at 5 apiece. Hector back to serve again, and he'll jump it up.
Tip the net.
Side out George Mason.
As quick as the first game went, this one's going to go that much longer.
We're crawling along, aren't we? That's what happens when you have a bunch of service errors. Mike Cummings will put it in play. 3 in a row.
There's no way Chris Prince is going to have a service error on this play. I guarantee it.
Pitek to Gislin, outside to Jeff. 2 blocks there. Dug up. Chance for point. Never over, never cleared. Side out Dons.
IPFW has slid back. They need to pick up their intensity quite a bit here.
Scott Lane. 4 out of the last 5 serves have been errors.
Sounds like a doctor's survey.
Aglitas, short serve. Pitek to Gislin in the middle. Parat dug up, free ball. Pitek.
Nice.
Off the block, out of bounds. Side out down.
Chris Prince for George Mason's an amazing digger. He just kind of stands there and the ball just kind of hits him. It's not like he has perfect form or technique, but he gets the ball up somehow. More like a hockey goalie.
Well, he didn't look too good there, Blake. You jinxed him, but that's a good thing because they're on the other team. 6-5 now, Dons.
So that's 6 out of 8.
Look at the Fro Patrol, can't believe it. What's up with all the service errors? Come on, guys, let's get it together. Malo. Southpaw.
All right, we're not going to mention them, and they'll just change it.
6 out of the last 8 serves have not been put in play. High percentage server now, Ryan Parat. Malo. Aglitas outside. 2 blocks there. Chance for point. Pitek. Back set to Moore. 2 blocks. The ball was going out, but Pitek put his hands up, got a piece of it. That's going to result in a side out.
He wanted to see if they could serve again.
Number 19, Scott Smith.
Beautiful.
Soto.
Made something out of a tough set there.
Over the top of the defense with a nice roll shot.
Chris Gislin.
Here comes the towel timeout.
6-5.
Dons leading by 1 here in game number 2, 6-5. They took the first game 15-1, struggling a little bit here in game number 2. Gislin. Aglitas shoots set in the middle. Nice looking play to Prince. And they pretty much shut him down in this match. You don't want to see him get hot.
Guy's got some great shoulders for a volleyball player. You could just see that he could swing forever.
More to serve. Soto. Tough set by Gislin.
Oh,
Back
wow.
to Soto, and he puts it straight down inside the 10-foot line.
Nobody up. They all went for the fake to the middle. My goodness. That'd probably be the last time this year Hector gets a chance like that.
I doubt it. And then he follows the big kill up with a big service ace. And now the Dons have taken a 7-5 lead here in game number 2. Cross court set. 2 blocks are there, but Cummings lets it go over his hands. Gislin can't get there. Side out Dons.
Cummings was late getting up again.
Bill Auer for the Patriots. Hector the pass. Gislin outside to Pitek. Chance for point for the Patriots. Back set to Moore.
That was tipped. Boy, the longer they let George Mason hang around, the better it is for the Patriots to gain confidence and momentum.
Bill Auer.
Unless they kill themselves like that.
Cummings back to serve. Trying to put together a nice little run here for the Dons. They need it. Aglitas. Chance for point. Gislin. Pitek.
That ball's in.
Coming this way.
Say hi to Jeff.
As Pitek comes crashing into the scorer's table. I was going to try and make a play on the ball, but then I figured I might want to protect myself. And yeah. Soto. Gislin back set the lane. And now Scott will serve it up. Home team leading 7-6. Malo, Aglitas, quick set in the middle. Chance for point once again. Pitek. And Cummings was there, just wasn't ready. Off the shoulder, side out.
Couldn't react quick enough.
Aglitas, floater, Pitek. Gislin shoots one in the middle, and Pratt just uses the defense with a nice touch shot.
Boy, where the first game was quick strike, this game is really slow, tactical. This is in the trenches.
The ever-dramatic Blake Sebring.
Yeah.
Aglitas outside, Moore off the block. In the net again. It's third time this match, I believe. Side out, George Mason. Malo jumps it up. Soto to Gislin. Cross court. Hector there, dug up, chance for point, free ball. Malo, the block is there. Aglitas to Moore right in front. Peratt blocks it back. Aglitas is there. Malo, the set. Double block by Peratt and Gislin, but it's out of bounds. Point for George Mason, and we are knotted up at 7 apiece. Malo. After the side out on the service error, Ryan Peratt. Back to serve for the Dons. Floats one. Malo to Aglitas. Back set to Moore. 2 blocks there. He goes over it. Pitek is there. Gislin dumps it over the net. Point Dons.
Gives the Patriots something else to think about and worry about defensively. I think if IPFW gets this point, George Mason might call a timeout.
Low floater. Malo. Aglitas set in the middle.
Missed it.
Smith with a miss hit, and he's in the net. Another point for the Dons makes it 9-7. And you're right, Blake. Looks like the visitors are going to take a timeout after 2 straight points by the home team. So we're going to take a short break here, and in a moment we'll be back. Game number 2, IPFW serving, leading 9-7 and up 1-0.
The Tri-State Ethics Consortium is sponsoring an all-day seminar called Has Death Become an Option? On Wednesday, April 28th at the Holiday Inn Northwest in Fort Wayne. The keynote speaker is Dr. Felicia Cohn, Senior Scientist with the Center to Improve Care of the Dying. For further information, call Bill Bruning at 481-6377. To register, send a check to Mary Jane Shank, RN, Continuing Care Center, Parkview Memorial Hospital.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Blake Sebring, John Getze calling the action. A reminder, you can learn more about the IPFW men's volleyball program by tuning into the Arnie Ball Show on Thursday evenings right here on College 6. Coach Ball and host Mark Franke review highlight footage from the games, talk with some of the players, and look ahead in the season each Thursday at 5:30 and 10:30 p.m. right here on College 6. Back to action. Ryan Peratt to serve. Malo. The pass. Aglitas. Back row. Prince. 3 blocks there. He goes in between Cummings and Soto. And Peratt can't come up with a dig. Side out, George Mason.
So far, some interesting statistics. IPFW has 5 aces and 8 serving errors. George Mason has 1 ace and 7 serving errors.
Jason White into the game to serve, replacing Scott Smith for the Patriots.
Hector Soto has 9 kills, no errors, and 11 attempts.
Freshman jumps it up. Tough set by Gislin. He makes it. Cummings has to reach back just to keep it in play. Chance for point. And Lane can't come up with a dig. Kill for Bill Auer. Cuts the deficit to 9-8. Talking about those service errors, Blake. 8 of them now, and they only have 1 ace. Not a very good percentage.
Try to keep it as close to 2 or 3 to 1 as possible.
Gislin trying to rally the troops now with the jump serve. Chance for point. Gislin to Hector.
Oh, terrible set. That ball was way too short.
I think Chris might have lost in the lights. He's kind of looking up, blinking a little bit. That ball was popped up there pretty high by Lane. Anytime as a setter, you really don't like the ball too high because it comes down a lot heavier. Great set in the middle. Cummings puts it down.
IPFW is hitting 53% as a team, where George Mason is hitting 20%.
Soto to serve. Iglesias.
Lift, good call.
The lift coming after he
did kind of hit it with both hands.
Very poor pass that caused Iglesias to try and make the set on the run. The ball down by his hips. Tough set to make. A lot of times you will get called for a lift. 10-8 now. Soto to jump serve. Coming back over. Lane's there off the top of the net. Dug up more. Cross court set. Smith out of bounds. It's 11-8.
Some of John's fans getting fired up.
That looked like a tornado. And they called him for another bad set. Anytime you see the ball rotating with a lot of spin, more times than not, it's not legal, and they're going to call you for a violation. So the Dons take a 12-8 lead here in game number 2. Already leading 1-0, and we're going to take a quick timeout. Be back in a moment here at the Gates Center.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list, too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
And welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. The College Cable Access Monthly Program Guide provides information about our old programming, including IPFW men's volleyball. To receive your free College 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to College6 at IPFW, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805, or you can call us at 481-6000 or email us college6 at ipfw.edu. Back to action. Chris Gislin, the outside set to Pitek. Bad set, and Jeff's flying it into the net. Side out for George Mason.
Back to serve number 17.
Billauer. Soto with a nice dig. Gislin outside to Pitek. Free ball. Soto to Gislin. Back set to Cummings. Joust at the net coming.
And they win it. George Mason is just playing scrappier. They're definitely playing hungrier right now.
The count now goes to 12-9. Billauer. Perrott. Gislin. Back set. Soto. Nobody there, but he hits it long. No touch. Hector
Nobody
looking
saw
for a
it.
touch. Makes it now 12-10. Soto picking on him again. Gislin outside. Bad set. Pitek uses the block nicely. That thing was almost over here by the table.
And we're going to have a sub.
Brian Harris checks into the lineup for Chris Gislin. Interesting call.
The referee, Jim Evans came and wonder who the captain on the floor was, and Arnie Vol yelled, I don't have one. I don't want you pick one.
Cummings to serve. Aglitas, quick set in the middle, and Prince puts it down.
So Brian Harris is now setting for IPFW.
The senior, usually used as a defensive specialist, now captain of the offense. Harris, back set. Lane, off the block. Free ball.
Calling George Mason for a lift.
That's the last thing you want to do on a free ball when all you got to do is put it over the net, but Prince was called for the carry. Side out. 12-10. Don's leading. Lane to serve. Great dig by Scotty. Harris over his shoulder for a kill. Making a quick impression here in the hometown crowd is Brian Harris. Prince in the back row. Cummings gives a new name to the defensive position. Got the hands in front of the face and protected himself, but couldn't protect the team from giving up a side out. Aglitas to serve. Soto. Harris, back set. It's going to be tight. Cummings to Pitek.
Nice set by Cummings. Excellent set.
Side out, Pitek to serve. Home team leading 13-10 here in game number 2, already leading 1-0.
Oh my goodness. When Jeff Pitek hit that serve, he might have been about 8 feet inside the baseline. He jumped that strong.
So we have our first game point here in game number 2. Pitek looking for yet another big serve. Melo to Aglitas. Outside, Moore. Double block is there. Dig by Prince. Aglitas back set to Melo. Lane with the good hands. Aglitas back set to Melo again. Perrot's there with the block, and the defense can't react quick enough. Point for the Dons. They take game number 2. Not quite as easily as game number 1. 15-10, but it's a win nonetheless. And IPFW is now taking a 2-0 lead here at the Gates Center, and we're going to take a break and be back with game number 3 in just a moment.
She is one of America's toughest drug enforcement agents. Last year, she helped convict 90 drug dealers, seize several tons of crack and marijuana, and close down 10 major drug operations. She is a 68-year-old grandmother named Irma. She set up a community drug watch that is not only changing her neighborhood, but its future. There are many ways to help in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids. Backseat, baby. The front seat's not the place to drop out. Don't want that big old bag to pop out. Backseat, baby. Put that booties in the backseat now. Backseat, baby. Have action kids you never meet. I'm here to remind you to put them behind you. Backseat, baby. Wow, look at here. Backseat, baby. To stay alive even when I drive. Where have all the children gone? Long time passing.
Every day, 10 children are killed by gunfire. You can help stop the violence. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT. Not one more lost life. Not one more grieving family. Not one more.
Gone to graveyards one by one. Oh, when will we ever learn?
Here's my nephew Scruff, about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh. It's my dad's. You want to hold it? What'll I do?
You'll see, but that's not the only problem he has.
Hey, here's a shortcut. Not down there, Square. I don't think it's safe. Come on, the coast is clear. I'm not taking a chance, Lance. Oh, no. Well, hello So, Dogface, come to give us your sneakers?
Uh-oh. Trouble again, Scruff. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies, drugs, and guns.
Am I the hero again?
You'll see. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. And you'll be helping take a bite out of crime.
I want it, I want it.
My country is the best country of all. That's why my flag has stars, to remind us that we can reach whatever we want. I'm proud to be an American because I'm free and I can dream and choose what I want to be.
Frank Morales, an American star ready to shine. Give him a chance. Hispanic Scholarship Fund, opening American minds.
Welcome back to the Gate Center. And take a look at a couple replays from a moment ago. Watch how quick Jeff served that. So quick you couldn't even see it.
Man.
That was the ace by P-Tech, which brought it to game point, and this right here is game point.
That by everybody.
Too quick for even the tape to catch. Good double block by Peratt. Scott Lane with the good hands. And then the block by Peratt on game point. So the Dons lead 2-0. They took the first one 15-1. Struggled a little bit in game number 2, 15-10, but as I said a moment ago, a win nonetheless. And if they can get out of here in 3 games, I think they'll be happy with that. But Coach Ball, you saw it, Blake, a little irritated late in game number 2 with some of the plays and the players and what they were doing out there. In particular, Chris Gislin took him out of the game, put Harris in. It's the first time I've seen Chris take a seat all year.
Well, and it wasn't shy about doing it. It was very quick, and it was trying to prove a point to Chris. He wanted him to work on his set location. Some of the sets that were the easier sets were where the hitters couldn't reach the sets, and they had to really struggle to reach those sets to hit them. And he just wanted to settle Chris down a little bit, and I think Chris will come back strong in the 3rd game.
Yeah, Chris
so far, every time Coach Ball gets on Chris this year, Chris comes back strong.
Yeah, and he only sat him down for a couple points, and now Gislin back in to start game number 3. A couple new faces in the lineup along with Gislin here in 3. Javier Escobar into the lineup, as well as Josh Sanders, the freshman from Racine, Wisconsin. And before we start game number 3, this evening's IPFW men's volleyball match on College 6, brought to you in part by Bosch Bus Company, by Chestnut Group Incorporated, Farm Bureau Insurance, Fujifilm USA, and Sumner Sweets.
And those sponsors really do a lot. That's how they're able to afford such high-priced talent on the air as John. Funny how you don't have anything to say to that one. We'll see how Chris's first couple sets are here in the 3rd game, but I bet he's going to be real sharp.
Now that we have the lineup set, we're ready to start game number 3.
I would think George Mason's got to be encouraged by the way they played in that 2nd game. After getting smoked pretty badly in the 1st game, they came back and showed a lot of spark and a lot of scrap.
So Aglitas will jump it up here to start game 3. Escobar gets it back. Middle of the court. Picks up his first kill of the night in quick fashion. Now Scott Lane will serve for the home team. Big serve. Prince, Aglitas, quick set in the middle. Smith off the block. Ryan a little late. Side out George Mason. Melo. The lefty, Escobar the pass. Gislin back to Javi.
Nice set.
Two quick kills for Escobar.
Javier's playing that 7th man role this year, which is going to be critical down the stretch. And he's doing an excellent job at it.
Unfortunately, his serve goes wide, side out, Patriots.
Well, maybe not that excellent of a job.
Short floater, Gislin outside to Hector. Dug up, coming back over the net, Escobar. Gislin going back to Soto. Off the net and out of bounds.
George Mason had that leg covered, but they couldn't control the dig, and they put it back over the net. That really defeats the whole purpose of the short serve.
Another short floater. Parat to Gislin, back to Ryan. I don't know how the defense could not have seen that one coming, but they were late just as well.
Sometimes it's just good, strong execution.
So Ryan will now go back to serve, trailing 1-0 here. Floater down the line.
Good serve.
Iglesias, back set to Moore. Great dig by Gislin. Nice catch. Too bad it's not football.
Speaking of a defensive play, he's probably glad he did catch that one.
Iglesias has got good hands, but a little too good on that play. Iglesias, nice set. Down from his knees up to Prince, and he picks up the kill for the side out. Tied at a point apiece here in game number 3. Soto to Gislin, quick set in the middle, and Sanders picks up 2 quick kills. Substitution, Todd Faniff into the game, replacing Scott Smith.
Coach Fred Chow was not impressed with the defense there, the effort by Smith.
Gislin, powerful serve. Iglesias outside. Blocked by Lane.
Oh, that's a bad call. That ball was clearly out of bounds.
Looked like it was out by about a foot, but
at least a foot.
Yeah, I'm not going to call a replay, though, and I didn't see it, neither did he, so I'm going to have to go with that call. You know what I mean?
Terrible call.
So the Dons get a break. Leading 2-1 here in the 3rd game. Up 2-0. Gislin to serve. Moore. Bad pass. Free ball. 2 blocks there, but Melo hits off the top of it. Side out Patriots.
Got to get more penetration at the net. That ball hung up there for a long time. They had plenty of time to set up.
Billauer out of bounds. Turns it over to the Dons and Hector Soto. Big serve, good pass. Iglesias.
Trying to get a little too fine on that set.
Prince didn't get full extension on the swing, and it goes out of bounds. Point for the Dons, 3-1 now. Soto. Chance for point. Gislin, quick set in the middle.
This could be a really tricky rotation right now for IPFW. They've got Javier and Josh Sanders, the 2 new kids, in the lineup in the front row next to each other. That could be tricky.
Iglesias picks up the dump kill. Soto to Gislin. Back 2. Nice dig in the back row off the Sanders swing. Now Soto to Gislin. This time to Scott Lane. Prince was on his heels. Another side out. 3-1. The Dons with an early lead, but not looking real sharp here in game number 3.
I think Prince tweaked his right knee on that one, too. You can always tell the seniors, they're the ones wearing the most bandages.
Iglesias, back set. To Melo, off the block and out of bounds.
He's got a kind of a tricky swing on that left hand, doesn't he? sort of like the junk ball, screwball pitcher left-hander. He doesn't get full extension, but he gets a lot on it.
Iglesias. Deep floater, Soto. Quick set in the middle to Peratt. And Ryan gives IPFW the side out, leading 3-1 here in game number 3. Scott Lane back to serve.
Ooh, that almost hooked in. That looked like when he first hit it, it was going to go up wide by 20 feet, but he almost took that in.
So the serve is long, and now Melo will try and put it in play. Unsuccessfully.
We're on that stretch again.
Now the crowd favorite, Escobar, back to serve. Back set to Moore.
Yeah.
Out of bounds. Point Dons.
I thought that ball might have been tipped.
Escobar back to serve.
Javi's second service error here in game number 3. Todd Phaneuf to serve. Seeing his first action of the night here in the 3rd game. Dislin dumps it over the net, dug up nicely. And Chris is there.
Not the
Never
most
over the net.
artistic block in the world, but it worked. I think if IPFW get 2 or 3 points in a row here, they could slam the door shut right now.
Peratt with a high short floater. Ryan wishes he had that one back again. Prince pushed it back in the corner. Looked like it was going out of bounds, but Peratt reached back, got a piece of it, and it's a side out. Moore to serve. Escobar to Gislin, outside to Hector. My arms aren't that long. Going right over the top of his plate.
Oh, Chris could nail this sideline right here real easy. It was there.
Back to serve number 17, Guy Billauer.
Side out. Billauer. Hector to Gislin in the middle. Nice looking swing right there by the freshman Josh Sanders. And he quickly has 3 kills in the match.
Josh has got a great arm swing.
Player of the future for the Dons, without a doubt. Hector. Iglesias back set.
Speaking of a good arm swing.
Prince taking off on 1 foot and giving his team a side out. Gislin to Escobar off the top of the block. Chance for point. Iglesias from the back row this time.
Lane nails it.
Scott picks up the block on Prince.
Seem to be back into that side out, long time coming rotation here. Both teams just keep siding out consistently.
Sanders to serve.
Nice. Oh.
Perfect spot, but
originally the linesman pointed in, then he pulled it out.
That was a tough call. Looked good from here.
That's a good serve. It makes it, when you make the opponent make a tough decision like that, that's an effective serve.
Short floater, Lane to Gislin, back to Scotty. Down the line. Great arm swing.
Well, you know, Scott didn't have any hitting errors last night. I don't think he has any tonight yet either. I mean, to go through a whole weekend without any hitting errors is just spectacular.
Definitely playing with a new intensity these last couple nights is Scott Lane.
There,
Oof. Similar spot to where Sanders put his serve a minute ago, and so similar it was called out again. That was pretty close. Melo, Hector to Gislin, back set. Lane puts it over, chance for point. Billauer blocked down by Parat.
Back to serve number 12, Javier Escobar.
Kind of coasting right now.
Javi jumps it up. Melo. Quick set in the middle. But Faniff never got it over the net. Wasn't the greatest set in the world by Iglesias.
You kind of get the feeling that George Mason might be about 2 athletes away from being a pretty good team. They need a little bit more height, and they need somebody else to help Chris Prince with the offense. So he's not, the only banger, but they got some athletes.
One of them is freshman Jason White, who checks into the game to serve. He replaces Faniff. Puts it in play. Gislin, back set.
Ew, hit the ball.
Chance for point. But Moore takes a big swing from the back row with a couple blocks up there, and it never even came close to getting over the net.
Timeout for George Mason.
Timeout. The Patriots now trailing 5-1 here in game number 3. The Dons leading 2-0, and we'll be back with more action from the Gates Center in just a moment.
Remember walking those hallowed hallways, the friendships, the professors who made an impact on your life?
Your alumni associations are here to serve you through networking, friendship, and service.
Your alumni directors also need you.
Make a big difference by sending potential students our way.
Make a difference with your financial gift.
Make the biggest difference with your contribution of time.
Your alma mater needs you. Go alumni!
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Blake Sebring, John Getze. Be sure to catch the Tony Vittorio Show on Wednesday evenings on College 6. College baseball season is in full swing, and Coach V's IPFW Mastodons are warming up the bats. Led by senior and former Harding High pitcher Rico Martin. The Dons are looking to be a force in the GLVC this year. Tune in right here on College 6 every Wednesday evening at 6:30 and 10:30 p.m. for IPFW baseball highlights and the very popular breakdown segments. And the officials not very popular with Coach Chow right now.
No, they're trying to figure out if he can substitute a certain player in at a certain position.
19 can go back in. You want that now? Okay.
It's just a technical part of the sport. Boy, it's only 5-1. It seems like this game's been going for 20, 25 minutes again, John.
Now let's see if we can speed things up a little bit here. Melo. Gladys with a nice set to Prince.
That's Prince's 9th kill. He's just a nice player. He's got 7 digs already. He's just a very nice player.
Leads his team in kills.
They use him everywhere, middle, outside.
Chance for point. More in the back row.
Oh, Javi. That's a married couple play. They both thought the other one had it. You know what that's like, John, right?
Escobar and Parat. Little confusion. That was Javi's ball, because anytime you're going back, you want to trust your teammate behind you to make the play.
That's Hector's 11th kill on the night.
Side out for the Dons. Gislin to serve, leading 5-2. Trying to stretch that margin. And he does with a service ace.
That's IPFW's 7th ace of the night. Chris is 2nd also.
2 blocks there, but unfortunately...
What a hole in between them.
That's right. Sanders and Lane didn't close the lane. There was a big gap there. And Billauer hammered it right in between them for side out. Soto to Gislin. Quick set in the middle. Sanders.
Chris is doing a nice job running middle so far tonight.
Now he's getting a chance to play. And the freshman looks like he's one to watch.
4th kill with no errors in 6 attempts.
And now Soto will jump it up, leading 6-2. The Dons. Smith into the game for White. For George Mason. Prince to serve. Escobar. And Smith goes one-on-one with Lane and wins the battle.
That's the first time all weekend that Scott Lane has been blocked.
Prince to Soto. Shoot set in the middle.
That's smart by Chris Gislin to go right back to him then.
No block was there, and Scott redeems himself, picking up the kill.
He hit the first ball harder and more cleanly, but the second one worked.
Iglesias back set to Melo, going line. Dug up nicely by Sanders over the net. Back set to Melo again.
And they're just going after Javier there. They know Javier can't get up high enough, and they're just going right over top of him.
Javi definitely can hit with the best of them, but being only about 5'10", he sometimes get taken advantage of.
And he's not a very
blocking aspect.
He's not a very good technical blocker either.
But he sure can swing it. He picks up another kill there. It's 3rd of the match. Now Lane will serve, leading 6-3 here in game number 3. Melo. Iglesias back set to him.
Yeah, see right there again. They're going over Javi.
Nice dig by Sanders.
That should have been a lift.
Free ball. Iglesias back set to Moore.
Again, over Javi. That set by Hector Soto there should have been called a lift. Speaking of tornadoes that came out of his hands.
Tornado season this evening. Seen a couple of those come flying out of Sutter's hands. Melo into the net.
Back to serve number 12, Javier Escobar.
The jump floater this time. Iglesias. Blocked back by Peratt. Lane reached back and should not have. Javi was there. You got to trust your teammate.
And I think that ball might have been out anyway. You should never do the one-arm dig anyway.
Short floater. Hector. Gislin back to Soto.
Nice set. Hector could go up and he could reach that ball higher than anybody. He could pick a hole.
Back to serve number 7, Ryan Peratt.
Side out for the Dons. Peratt to serve, leading 6-3. High, short floater. Melo, bad pass. Free ball. Lane, Gislin. Defense is under the net. They called Prince for it. Violation, point for the Dons.
He had a big grin on his face like, who, me?
Peratt to serve. Melo. Iglesias outside.
Enough of the one-arm digs.
Free ball. Gislin puts it over the net. Melo the set to Iglesias. And that was pretty close to a throw by Mr. Prince, but he got away with it. Side out. Can't snap the wrist. Apparently, official Brian Moore didn't think he did. Soto. Chance for point again. Moore with the dig. Melo from the back row, but 3 blocks are there. And he hit right in the middle of them. Now Gislin will go back and put the ball in play. Malo. Back set. Back two to Prince, and he goes over the defense and puts it down. Effective play when they've run it tonight, which has not been often. 3 times we've seen it. Billauer to serve. Perrott to Gislin to Lane. And Smith handcuffed himself right there.
Serve number 13, Hector Soto.
Side out for the Dons, and Hector Soto to serve. Up 4, leading 7-3 here in the third game. Billauer, Iglesias. Malo off 2 blocks. Chance for point for the Dons. Quick set in the middle. Set a little too low by Gislin, and Lane couldn't handle it.
That was way too low. Yeah, it just proves Scott's human this weekend.
Prince to serve. Soto to Gislin to Escobar. Off of Iglesias, out of bounds, side out Dons. Now the freshman Sanders to serve. Floats one long.
Boy, you get the feeling that George Mason just kind of hanging on at this point. If IPFW could just put 2 consistent plays together, they could end this match.
Well, I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that Coach Ball was happy with the first game, but not with the second and not with the third here. Big one-on-one block by Moore. Taking Escobar to school. Doesn't get any cleaner than that.
The Patriots are fired up.
Good serve by Iglesias. Free ball. Escobar. Chance for point. Iglesias. Strong side. Malo. Dug up. Escobar with another chance, and this time it's Smith who picks up the kill. Or the block, excuse me. And you're right, Blake. George Mason getting a little fired up here, getting back in the game. 7-5.
Well, they'll take Javier swinging on that side all day.
I think Arnie might need a timeout very, very soon.
Either that or he might just let his kids try to work their way out of it.
7-6 now after the ace.
You know,
Iglesias.
You're still up 2 games to none. If you're gonna let them struggle and try to work their way out of one situation, do it now. You're up 2-0. You're at home. It's not a conference match.
Escobar's kill gives the Dons a side out. Free ball. Sanders. Gislin in the middle. Perrott. Point Dons.
They responded pretty well so far. They ended the George Mason run and scored a point.
Lane with a big serve. Malo, nice dig outside to Moore.
Boy, he's got a powerful arm swing, very quick.
Quick swing and quick ups, and Moore picks up the kill. Side out for George Mason, trailing only 8-6 here in the third game. Malo. Soto. Free ball. Gislin over to net. Chance for point. Prince. Iglesias back set to Moore. Dug up. Gislin to Soto in the back row. He said, I want the ball. I think Hector's a little frustrated right now with the team play, and he wants to take over and give the Dons control of the match again.
Hector's got a break right now because George Mason's wiping off some perspiration off the floor, so he's got a little bit more time to get his shoe straight.
Hey, pass the serve. Let's go. Change the rhythm. Change the rhythm. Jump float.
Javi, the jump floater is long. His 4th service error of the match, which is
horrible.
Pretty bad considering he's served about 7 or 8 of them.
He has no aces either.
Soto to Gislin. Quick set in the middle. Perrott's blocked out of bounds by Prince, side out for the Dons.
Back to serve number 7, Ryan
Perat to serve, Melo. Aglitas, quick set in the middle, blocked back by Sanders. Moore, dug by Lane, over the net though. Aglitas, strong side, Billauer goes line, and it's good. Right on the line. Side out. This third game's turning into a grudge match right now. Moore to serve, Soto. Gislin, back set to Lane. One-on-one, but he hits it long.
And George Mason's was in the net. Billauer. That's a break. That's a huge break.
Would have made it 8-7. Instead, it's a side out, and the Dons hold on to a 2-point lead. And Chris Gislin is back to serve. Aglitas to Moore.
Hit
Never
out of
over
bounds.
the net.
One more point right here could just about do it.
Gislin. Billauer takes it. Aglitas. Back to Billauer. Javier. Billauer off the block. Chance for point again. Gislin. Quick set in the middle to Sanders off the face of Melo. And Billauer picks up the kill for the side out. One of the longer rallies we've seen tonight, Blake.
George Mason's just a scrappy team. They're hanging in there. I think those are some family friends of Dave Mattis, who's from Glenview, Illinois, and they made the Midwest trip with the Patriots. Boy, how about that? You just come off a great defensive play. You're hanging on by a thread, and you come back and you hit a jump serve in the bottom of the net.
So the side out gives a serve to the Dons and Hector Soto. Big serve. Aglitas. Blocked back. And out of bounds. Point Dons. It's now 10-6.
They've stretched that 4-point margin. Smart timeout by George Mason coach Fred Chow.
So IPFW has now stretched the lead to 10-6 here in the third game, leading 2-0. We're going to take a break and be back with more action from the Gate Center in a moment.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Blake Sebring, John Getze calling the action. The Dons leading 2-0 and leading 10-6 here in game number 3 with the serve. Hector Soto has served the last couple to give the Dons points.
Soto back to serve. Take him.
And Hector will jump it up again. Aglitas outside to Melo.
Boy,
in between the block.
I think his being left-handed really confused the blockers on that swing.
Well, it's interesting because when you're a left-handed swinger, you usually want to hit on the far side of the court, which is considered the weak side, and he's doing just the opposite. He's getting most of his kills on the strong side. The defense is in the net.
That was a heck of a swing there by Josh Sanders. Brian Harris coming in to serve. He had a great little stint there in the second game. Really played extremely well.
Brian in to serve now. Comes the floater. Billauer to Aglitas, back row. And Perat stuffs Prince. 11-6 now.
Ben Sherman coming in for Scott Lane. Scotty had a great weekend. He finishes tonight with 10 kills and 19 swings. Not bad.
That after a 20-kill performance last night, which led the Dons. Melo comes right back. Gives George Mason another side out.
Back to serve number 13, Chris Aquinas.
Jim Evans, floor official, fixing the antenna. Now ready for action again, Iglesias. To serve, Soto. Gislin back set to Sherman. Off Melo's hands and out of bounds, side out.
Ben hits a heavy ball. He doesn't look like he's always got the most powerful arm swing, but boy, he hits a lot of topspin.
Melo to Iglesias, outside, Moore. Dug up by Sherman. And Gislin dumps it over the net for the kill.
Ben Sherman back to serve.
Iglesias back set, it's tight. Melo dinks it long.
I think Javi faked him out there. Melo thought he was going to be able to tip that ball off the block out of bounds, but Javi pulled his arms back.
13-6 now. Sherman to serve. Iglesias to Moore. Never over, 14-6. Match point for the Dons. The crowd at the Gate Center now on its feet. Melo, Iglesias outside to Moore. 2 blocks are there. Soto with a good effort. Can't come up with a kick with the, he goes flying into the bench back there. Hector appears to be okay, but it's a side out for George Mason. Melo to serve. And it's an ace. Only the 3rd ace of the match for the Patriots. Trying to mount a rally here and stay alive here in the 3rd game, trailing 14-7. And Melo has 2 straight.
Well, you think back to the point where it was 9-7. And IPFW could have called a timeout, and they didn't. They stuck with it. The kids worked through it. I think that's going to be the same thing here.
Javi, good pass this time. Middle set to Peratt. Block was there, but Billauer didn't have the hands over the net. Side out for the Dons. 2nd match point. Escobar back to serve for the Dons. Turns the ball over to Scott Smith and the Patriots. Soto, Gislin, shoots set in the middle to Peratt, chance for point, free ball. Javi gets there. Gislin, who wants it? Peratt puts it over the net. Melo, back set to Prince. Sherman with a dig this time. Escobar outside to Soto with a hammer kill coming right at us. I think Hector wanted that one just a little bit.
Nice dig by Ben Sherman, though.
3rd match point for the Dons. Ryan Peratt to serve. Melo, Iglesias, quick set in the middle. Here it is. Soto. And the Dons have won their 2nd straight match in 3 straight games, back-to-back nights. Took care of Rutgers yesterday. Tonight, George Mason, their victims.
And most everybody got to play, and they played well, too, which is important.
15-1, 15-10, and 15-8 for the Dons. Next Friday night, IPFW taking on Ball State right here at the Gate Center at 7:30.
Actually, I think that's 2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks?
John.
April the 9th.
Yeah, next Friday night they got a great big match at Ohio State on the road. Well, I'm going to cover that for the News Sentinel, so if people are interested, they can read it there. 2 top 6 teams in the country. That's going to be a great one.
Trying to get a little momentum heading into tournament action. So the Dons started out real strong tonight, Blake, winning the first one 15-1 and struggled a little bit in the second game and as well in the third, but put it away late.
I think both of these matches are important this weekend, John, because they've got some really good performances off their bench. Ben Sherman, Josh Sanders, Javier Escobar, Brian Harris. They all came in and played well, and there's going to be a time somewhere down the road where IPFW might need one of those players. And all of them came in and played very strong this weekend.
You never know. When you get into tournament action, you could have an injury there, and next thing you know, you got some players in there that aren't used to being there. That's why you got to get everybody a little bit of playing time throughout the course of the regular season. Coach Ball talking to his 2 setters, Harris and Gislin. As the Dons celebrate their 2nd straight victory here at the Gate Center in 2 straight nights.
Everybody gets ready to go home.
Saturday night, who's going home? Everybody's going to go out and celebrate the 2 victories. Except for you.
No, actually, I'm going to work.
Take a look at a replay when Escobar had the great pancake dig in the back row a few moments ago.
Then there's Ben Sherman's dig right there. And now we've got match point upcoming. Watch for Hector to get hot on the outside.
Hector closed out the match with 2 straight kills.
There's a pancake by Javi.
And the dig by Sherman. And here comes Hector.
Bam. That ball was hit pretty well.
Yeah. We got a pretty good angle at it because it was coming right at us. So the Dons win another one here at the Gate Center. 15-1, 15-10, and 15-8. Play again next Friday night at Ohio State, and then back here the following Friday right here on College 6 against Ball State. That's April the 9th, and you can see that here at 7:30 on College 6.
And if you want to watch last week's match against USC, that's on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
So we'll replay that one for you. Along with the College 6 crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, and the IPFW Learning Resource Center. We'd like to take this time to thank especially this evening NBC 33 for their contributions to this College 6 sports telecast. The telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPFW Sports. Thanks again for joining us this evening. For Blake Sebring, I'm John Getze saying good night.